What is up, Yeousch? It's my first upload here to Alliance, and my name is Mulvone19, bringing in an OU match against the 1stLegacy. It's a pretty cool match. If you are starting with Pokemon, I recommend you go check out my channel. I got some cool stuff for you to check out there, and I also do a lot of more battles there as well. So let's get straight into the battle. Alright, so I am going to be leading with my subpar team. It's not that great. And he's going to be doing his Sun team. So I decided to go with Landorus because he's probably going to go with Ninetales at the start, and I can at least scare him off with an Earthquake, but instead go for a U-turn. And that's exactly what I do. So I get a free switch into Jirachi, which basically forces him to switch out because he cannot do anything to Jirachi. So I get a free turn of rocks, and that's good for me. And then he brings out his Ferrothorn, and I'm going to bring in my my Keldeo. And I did not expect him to go for Paralysis here. I was maybe expecting rocks or some sort of hazards. So that was unfortunate for me, and I wasn't able to do much about that. So here I decided to substitute up because I was pretty sure he wanted to switch out anyways. I just want to try and get some damage off on this guy. Honestly, so far, not a big fan of Keldeo. I actually replaced Keldeo with Rotom, Scarf Rotom, and then I replaced Hydreigon with Calm Mind sub Latias, and it's actually working a lot well. Keldeo not working that well. Doesn't get Ice Beam or anything like that. So basically, I go into Celebi, and he's gonna roar me out and make me go into Lucario, which actually is not that bad at all. So I can basically get a free close combat up because I know he wants to switch out. And I was fearing he might want to go for Mach Punch, and I was -1 to defense, so thought my best plan here would be going to Celebi because I know he's a defensive wall, and I know we could take that hit pretty well. Even that was a crit, it did not do that much at all. That was amazing. So he's going to switch out now. Actually, no, I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Red Eyes, my Scarf Hydreigon, and he's going to go into his inventory because I predicted that. I was very confident he wanted to bring in his Dotoy at that time, so I just go for the Fire Blast, and I am able to take something out, which turns out to be Top. So that's pretty good for me. Here I'm just going to stay in and go for another Fire Blast. I was hoping that maybe just on the slight off chance he might not be running Quiver Run or Morning Sun, because if he was, then I'm going to have some issues here. I'm not going to be able to take him out that well. So I'm going to have to go into my Landorus T. I was pretty sure he wanted to go for the Bug Buzz, just being safe here. And I was fairly certain that I could outspeed him since I am a Scarf. So yeah, and it turns out I actually do later on in the game, so you'll see that. But he brings on his Notori, and that's fine for me because he does get rid of his Quiver Dance, so that's fine. And I'm going to bring in my Keldeo. Basically, I cannot do much to anything with this thing, so whenever he brings in his Notori, I'm just going to bring in my Keldeo. I'm surprised he hasn't really gone for a power up or anything, but I guess he thought that maybe Sacred Sword would do a decent amount of damage, and he wouldn't want to risk it. So bring in Celebi. I know he can't really do much to my Celebi anyways with Vaporeon, so he's going to switch out now and go into his Volcarona again. I am really afraid of this thing. I really don't know what it's going to do, but he does get the Rish up, but I do get the Poison off, which is great. That's going to help me along. It's going to help me like down the road a lot. So I'm going to go into Lucario. Fairly certain he wanted to go for the Bug Buzz, and here I make a very bad play. For whatever reason, at the time I thought Volcarona's typing was Fire Grass, and I went for the Ice Punch because I thought that would do more than Close Combat, but no, Close Combat would have done more, and it's basically just foddering off Lucario because I really did not have any other play. So I want to go into my Hydreigon now, go for the Draco Meteor, and then he brings in his Ferrothorn. I was pretty sure you wanted to just set up or something, or maybe even go for the T-Wave, so thought Jirachi would be my best choice to do that, and I just get the T-Wave off right away, and that's awesome, and he does get his Paralysis as well, so that's pretty cool. So he's going to get Paralysis again, and I'm going to go for the Rocks, and then I'm going to switch out into my Therian form of, Landorus, and I'm going to go for the Superpower, hoping it would do a lot more than how much it did right there. That was pretty disappointing, so I am going to lose my Landorus right there, which is going to be quite unfortunate. I thought it was going to do more, but, you know, I don't really even need him then because Volcarona is out of the game, so it's pretty good for me. I'm going to bring in Hydreigon now, and I'm just going to finish him off with a Dragon Pulse, or a Draco Meteor, my bad. And that's pretty good for me. So he's going to bring in Vaporeon. Can't really do much to him, so going to bring in my Celebi, and it's going to take his hits pretty well. And I don't even think he's running Scald or anything, so the sun is up, and he's running a Sun teamed, and Scald wouldn't even do that much, but I don't know. So I'm guessing he's not running Scald, so he can't really burn me or anything, but, you know, just be safe, go into Celebi. And then he's going to switch out now and go to his Ninetales. I was pretty sure he wanted to do that, so I just went for the Toxic. If not, if he wanted to stay in, I could go for the Toxic on Vaporeon, that would be helpful too. So I'm going to go into my Keldeo now, and I was pretty sure he wanted to go for the Fire Blast. I was just basically foddering this thing. I really did not have any better play for this, and so that's actually going to what's going to happen with me. So I was pretty sure he was going to switch into Vaporeon, maybe just to try and take another Sacred Sword, but that's actually what he does. He's going to actually try and Wish Stall up here, I think. So I'm going to go into my Celebi, and I am getting hit by hazards here pretty badly, so I gotta be careful when I'm switching in and out. So he's actually gonna roll me out into Red Eyes, and I was pretty sure that since he has that most Notorious stays are especially defensive, I was pretty sure this thing was defensive. So I was trying to see how much a Draco Meteor would do, and just maybe on the off chance he want to go for the Wish, and I know he has Protect, so that would have been good for me. So I go into Celebi knowing that he really can't attack me at all, and I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed here, I believe, because I was pretty sure he wanted to go into his Ninetales, and so that was going to be pretty good for me. Rocks are up, so it's going to do a pretty good amount of damage to him, and yes, I do go for the Leech Seed, so it's going to help me out a lot, but unfortunately, he is going to live one more turn, and that's going to be very bad for me. Actually, 2 more turns, I think. So I'm going to go into my my Keldeo, basically just going to go for a fodder, and I was going to die from rocks and spikes anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. So I'm going to bring in Hydreigon. Can't really do much to him except for go to the U-turn. Or rather, he can't do much to me since I am faster, and he knows that. So I'm going to bring in my Jirachi, and here is where it gets interesting. He has Salamence. Now, Salamence doesn't have the best special attack investment, but has a pretty good one. He goes for a Fire Blast under the sun. I live it. That is amazing. Under the sun, and I lived that one. That was just incredible. I knew I could do it, but wow. I am especially defensive, but damn, man. So he misses his next Fire Blast. Honestly, since I got that thing paralyzed, it didn't matter because I still had Hydreigon back in my back pocket, and I still have Celebi, which can recover later on. So it was basically GG from there, and he decides to run. So yeah, basically I would have just gone for the Giga Drain for Vaporeon, and if you want to bring a Mince, I could go into my Hydreigon, go for the Draco Meteor, and then finish everything up on there. So that was basically GG. It was an interesting match. It probably would have gone down to maybe a 2-0 or maybe even a 1-0, but it was a good match. Kind of disappointing he ran there. I kind of want to see what would happen at the very end. But yeah, so hope you all enjoyed. This is basically going to be it for today. Hope this will get uploaded soon, and yeah, go check out my channel. Do put quite a lot of work into this, and I'll see you all later. Peace.